Not every baby sleep product is as safe or helpful as it claims to be. Despite what the marketing promises, many popular baby sleep items either don't work at all, or worse, they can put your baby at serious risk. In fact, there's a good chance you already have at least one of the 6 products I'm about to talk about in your home, simply because most parents are never told about the dangers. Let's start with inclined sleepers and wedges. These products are designed to hold your baby at an angle while they sleep. The idea is that gravity will keep milk down and reduce reflux. It sounds logical, but research shows that sleeping at an incline does not reduce reflux. So despite the claims, these products don't even do what they promise. What they do create, however, are real safety risks. When a baby sleeps at an angle, their chin naturally drops toward their chest. If you try this yourself, you'll notice it restricts your airway and makes breathing harder. The same thing happens to babies, and reduced airflow can quickly lead to suffocation. There's another concern as well. Research by Manon and her team found that angled sleep surfaces actually make it easier for babies to accidentally roll from their back onto their stomach. If a baby isn't developmentally ready to roll, they can become stuck in that position, which significantly increases the risk of suffocation. Some parents think, I used this with my first baby and everything was fine, or lots of people use these and their babies are okay. But the risks are serious enough that in 2022, the United States banned the manufacture and sale of inclined sleepers under the Safe Sleep for Babies Act. New Zealand has also banned these products. Here in Australia, Red Nose Australia, one of the leading sleep safety organizations, recommends that babies sleep on their back on a firm, flat surface. The same guidance comes from the American Academy of Pediatrics. The takeaway is simple. Remove inclined sleepers and wedges. Your baby doesn't need to be propped up, and it doesn't help anyway. Why crib bumpers are banned, even mesh ones. Inclined sleepers weren't the only products banned under the Safe Sleep for Babies Act. Crib bumpers were banned as well. You still see them everywhere, and many parents assume they're harmless. But traditional padded crib bumpers were banned because they pose serious safety risks, primarily suffocation. If a baby's face presses against a padded bumper, they may not have the strength or motor control to turn their head away. If they can't reposition themselves, their face can become smothered. Crib bumpers also increase the risk of a baby's head becoming trapped between the bumper and the crib rail, especially if the bumper is loose or the baby moves frequently during sleep. Many bumpers are attached with ribbons or ties, which can loosen over time and become a strangulation hazard. They also reduce airflow around the crib, increasing the risk of overheating, a known factor linked to SIDS. And once a baby can pull themselves up to stand, bumpers can act like a step, making it easier for them to climb out of the crib and fall. You might think mesh bumpers solve these issues, since babies can breathe through them and airflow is better, but the American Academy of Pediatrics states that mesh bumpers are not safe either. They still pose risks of suffocation, strangulation, entrapment, and becoming wedged between the bumper and the crib slats. On top of all this, crib bumpers don't actually fix a real problem. Modern cribs are designed with closely spaced slats to prevent injuries. Babies rarely hurt themselves by bumping into them, and if an arm or leg slips through, they quickly learn how to pull it back. If you have crib bumpers, padded or mesh, it's best to remove them entirely. The product that does the opposite of what it claims. Next on the list are sleep positioners. These products are designed to keep babies in a certain position during sleep. Some form padded nests, while others use bolsters or wedges. They claim to prevent babies from rolling onto their stomach and reduce the risk of SIDS. In reality, these products may increase the risk of SIDS. If a baby rolls and their face presses against the soft padding, they may not be able to move their head or clear their airway. Their nose and mouth can become covered, making breathing difficult or impossible. Even more concerning, sleep positioners don't actually stop babies from rolling. And when a baby rolls while inside one of these devices, they can become trapped between the positioner and the crib or wedged into the fabric itself. Because their movement is restricted, they can't adjust their position to breathe safely. For these reasons, both the American Academy of Pediatrics and Red Nose Australia recommend not using sleep positioners. The common blanket mistake. Another item experts recommend keeping out of your baby's crib is loose blankets. Babies move constantly during sleep. A loose blanket can easily end up covering their face, blocking their nose and mouth. Blankets can also wrap around the body or cause overheating, both of which increase the risk of SIDS. The recommendation is simple: a firm mattress with a tightly fitted sheet and nothing else. If you're worried about your baby getting cold, use a sleep sack. Sleep sacks are worn on the body, not loose in the crib, keeping babies warm without the risk of suffocation. Soft toys, comfort or danger. Soft toys are another common item parents add to cribs, often because they remember how comforting a stuffed toy felt growing up. But research shows that before 7 months of age, babies don't have the ability to form emotional attachments to objects. A stuffed toy offers no comfort, it's just another object in the crib. Before this stage, soft toys pose a safety risk because babies move during sleep and toys can end up covering their face. Without the strength or coordination to push them away, suffocation risk increases. That's why Red Nose Australia recommends keeping soft toys out of the crib until at least 7 months of age. Why babies don't need pillows. Finally, let's talk about pillows. For adults, pillows feel essential, but for babies, they are dangerous. Pillows increase the risk of positional asphyxiation by pushing the baby's chin toward their chest, restricting airflow. They can also shift and cover the baby's face or trap heat, increasing the risk of sudden, unexpected infant death. This includes positional pillows marketed to prevent flathead syndrome. Even though they're shaped differently, they still carry the same risks. If you're concerned about flat spots, the solution isn't a pillow, it's supervised tummy time, encouraging head movement during awake hours and alternating head position during sleep and feeding. Small changes like these can significantly reduce the risk of
Thanks for
flathead
watching.
development.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click here to learn more.